Today's going to be quite interesting. I'm at a new job I haven't been to before. It's a bit of a trek here on the other side of the city, and I've just rocked up and I'm about to run in and have a look at it for the first time. Why this is going to be interesting is because it's a frame, and the crew that were doing the frame aren't here today. They couldn't make it here today, and today is the day that the inspectors come in to see if the frame passes or not. And it gets even better. 0 degrees right now. I think this is the coldest day, the coldest morning of the year. But Mitch has gone to Bunnings first thing. I'm going to walk around, make a bit of a list of everything we need. I got told there'll be a few things we need. I can see we definitely need joist hangers through there. And the only ones we have lying around are 35mm, they're too small. Anyway, I'll go through quickly, find a list of everything we need. Mitch can grab that. Hopefully it warms up a little bit. We've actually used this before, but this is a really good torch by Bosch. I've just had a really quick walk around downstairs. I haven't even been upstairs yet. This is looking a lot worse than what I was expecting. So I had to chat to the guys we're doing this job for, and the main goal for today is getting enough done so that when the inspector comes, he at least walks through and gives us a report on what else has to be done. The way inspectors go is if they come to a job and they'll go through and write up a list of everything that hasn't been done, everything else you have to finish. If for some reason there's too much stuff not done, I don't know exactly how many items there are, but if there's too many things not done, they'll rock up, look at it and just say, nah, it's like, obviously it's not even worth them walking through, there's that much stuff not done. Right now, if the inspector rocked up, they would not even have a look at this job. So the goal is just to do as much as we can so they will at least have a look at it. Looking downstairs, we don't have straps over beams. Just looking at this beam here, that needs a right angle bracket, so we're gonna have to get rid of that posi to put a right angle bracket in. Studs haven't been tied into the steel, dynabots haven't been done. Yeah, frame hasn't been finished into the steel there. Bolts haven't been tied off, they're not hit in. Same thing over there. I think that steel tag just got put on, the bolts aren't done in there either. Strong backs aren't tied off. We've got parapets not done as well. Yeah, roof isn't even built yet. That's just all flat right now. We've got to do our graded battens on that. We've got to do a few cross braces. And that's all I got from a quick walkthrough in the job. There's a lot more stuff that has to be done. I was going to go through and write up a list, but I think there's too much stuff to even worry about a list right now. So we're just going to get to it. Hopefully knock off as many things as possible. And hopefully the inspector doesn't come too early today. I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but we've got like 3 gum trees right here. We've got these gum trees right here, and the birds are going crazy this morning. I'm just going to start with going through on this roof and doing a few cross braces. We're just using hoop iron and tensions for the cross braces. The stuff is so cold to hold. It's nothing crazy, but you can see how icy all this timber is that I'm trying to climb up and hold on to. You got those joist hangers? Yeah, nice, sweet. So to start with, I'm just starting these crosses here. I'll get you to the joist hangers triple grips. I'll probably get you in the cool gun to start with. The goal for today is there's no way in hell we'll get everything done. The goal is getting enough done that the inspector will actually at least show up and give us a list of stuff we've got to work on and fix. There's no way it's going to be done and he's going to pass it. There's definitely going to be more work to do. But I'll give you a very quick walkthrough. I haven't done a proper look. So yeah, we need straps over beams. Don't know why this hasn't been done either. I think they didn't have washers because bolts have been put in. There's no washers on them. But they've used cup head bolts and put it through the steel. So we're going to spin those around. None of the bolts have been tightened off. Obviously we're going to do our dynabolts. No dynabolts have been done where the bracing is. The walls haven't been framed out yet. We've got a full posi just sitting on a bit of timber there. So we're going to make sure that's all level. Connect the frame to the steel. Pack everything out to the steel. A lot of these strong backs haven't been tied on or attached to the steel yet on the end or this end. So we're going to tie those off. Got more bolts out there sticking out. We've got parapets that haven't been finished yet. The shower set downs are a bit of a mess. I don't really know what's going on, but we can see the floor in there and it's just hovering there. There's nothing really holding that up. Same as this one here, so we'll jump in. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. We'll have to look at what's going on with those showers. Obviously our brackets, and also we've got a whole box of our top plate tie downs for all these external walls. None of them have been done, and there's a posi sitting on every single one, so I don't know how we're going to do most of them now. Oh yeah, I saw this too. We've got a beam sitting there, no right angle bracket on it. So I don't know what we're going to do there. In other words, we haven't even looked upstairs yet. Normally there's more stuff to tie up upstairs. So in other words, there's a lot to do, mate. Let's get to it. Oh, we've got a few cores for Mitchie, and these were left on site last night. Have a look at that. It was that cold last night that we've got ice on the ends of these nails. Oh no. What's happened? Oh no. On a day where we need everything to go right. We're getting nothing from the coil gun. Alright, so the hoopie's tied off at the ends. I'm just going to run through, do the tensioners now, and then we can completely shut it off, nail it off. I'm back using the Hikoki tools today. I'm actually quite a big fan of the Hikoki stuff. I'm still going to be jumping back and forth, trying out different brands. But for today, we're just going to smash out some work. I'm going back to the Hikoki. What tools are you using today, Mitchie? The East Swing. Alright, so crosses are done. We're just going to keep going through hand nailing the joist hangers. The main reason we wanted these done straight away is so I can put another upright hard up against the end there. The way we're building this roof, which is completely fine in Australia, I know some other countries have different codes and it's not okay because of load rating from snow and other things. But the way we're building this is we've got a block there, we've got a row of blocks in the middle, and we're going to do a row of blocks at the end there. Set a top plate on top of it, and then that's just going to be our battle lines for the roof. These rafters are in level, and we're going to create the four with these just being different sizes. We'll go through, we'll screw them into the rafter and then the top plate into the block. And what I want to do as well, once the top plate's on, is we'll put another block hard up next to that one, sitting on top of the rafter, so that when you walk on the roof and you stand on it, there's no way those blocks can fall down at all. I always borrow the Pazzi just if it's closer, if I'm doing a quick job. And now I'm going to get like heaps of messages going, oh, why aren't you using the AEG? Is the Pazzi better? And then as soon as I put the Pazzo away and get the AEG out in the video, everyone's going to be like, oh, what's wrong with the Pazzo? What? Did you see that? Maybe I do need to use the Pazzi, mate. The AEG just jammed up. Yeah, don't know what happened there. There we go. Oh, I'm just about to jump up and do all the top plates, finish up that roof. Before I do that though, we're just looking over these beams, which is holding up the roof. And it looks like there's a new steel tag in there. That beam hasn't been bolted on. We can see there's a join there, so if I walked in this whole roof here, it's only been held up by this block, which has, I think, 2 nails in it. Hey Mitch, can I get you cutting for me for a sec? I'll jump on the roof. I'm going to go through, do the top plate, or do the battens really now. And I'll just get your measurements, get you to pass them to me, and then I'll go screw them off afterwards. Thank you. What are the lengths that we have? What's that?
Yeah, 5'4".
Can I get 2 at 5'3", please?
5'3".
Yeah. And you got 2 at that coming?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. It's probably one of the most major things we have to do in here, and that's for the stair void beam. You did say before you want to go through and strap them all. That'll be great. We will do that in a second.
Oh yeah, I'll bracket.
Nah, a right angle bracket in there. Yeah. So I just had a quick look at it, man. It gets even worse. What we're gonna have to do is they haven't even shot on a joist hanger in that last posi. So it's almost as if they know that it had to come out and it's wrong. What we're gonna have to do, Mitchie, is cut this last posi out, punch every single nail the entire way through, cut the strong backs so that we can actually move that posi like away from in there. And then we've got right angle brackets there. We've got to put a right angle bracket in. Obviously, even these bolts here, we're gonna have to
countersink.
yeah, they do stick out a little bit. They're not too bad, but we do have to countersink them. Oh no, it gets even worse. There's a steel tag in there, and there's cup head bolts going in the wrong way. Where do they come out? Oh, so they're just sitting there. They're not even tied off or anything. So that means it gets even better. We're gonna have to take out that last balcony rafter, which it's just floating there anyway. They could have at least checked that out to sit on that wall. We're gonna have to yeah, okay. Mate, it's getting worse and worse and more. Look at it. That balcony rafter has to come out regardless. We've got to do that right. When the balcony rafter comes out, we can take those cuphead bolts out, put them the right way, and then that also gives us some room to do this right angle bracket in here. What a nightmare, mate. If you want to start working, I'm just going to finish screwing that roof. If you just want to start getting that posi loose, and we'll just try and move it across. It's going to be a bit of work, man. So far, I think we're in a worse spot when we started, and that's because when we started I didn't realise how much work there was to do and how much stuff has to get changed. That roof's mostly done now. I'm going to leave it for a second. All we want to do is put little upright blocks underneath the batten sitting on the rafter to help support that weight. I'm going to leave that for now though. What were you saying before, Mitchie? What were you saying before, mate?
I think we're going to have to yeah, I think
I'll pack that steel.
Yeah, because it'll break that 450 stand.
Yeah, you're right. Is that what you're yelling at before? We're going to have to disconnect that side too, because obviously we're moving that over so it's out of the way of the right angle bracket. Yeah, you're very right. I don't know why they missed it. Even if it's not breaking the 450 span, if there's a bit of steel like that, and if you just subfill, you always pack on top of it. I'm pretty sure there's a wall sitting directly above it too. How's she going? Is she easy to get out?
No.
Do you have any movement yet or no? Just the bottom? Oh no. This is a posi line through here. It looks like Mitch has got almost all these nails out. And one here. Oh, I found one here, but the other thing we have though, Mitch, is this wall plate's been shot with a double nail there. And that will be, yeah, that'll be 75mm nails minimum. So they'll be going through into that posi. The issue is though, once all these nails are pulled up and everything's disconnected, it's still been glued down. When you lay your floor in, you're gonna put heaps of glue down under the floor on top of the posi, and that glue would be dry, and it's bloody good glue too. So even with all these nails out, we're gonna have a nightmare trying to move this over. No matter what we do, this is not gonna get anywhere near a point of being able to pass. Hang on, even this here. Why? I kind of understand that, but like, surely you'd stop and start your ply so it's on the outside. Because normally, I mean, the builder will be able to work something out, but normally you would wrap the house first, then worry about insulation. They're gonna have to try to get insulation out first. And secondly, actually, I guess this door's gonna swing that way, so you won't have any light switches there, which is all right. You'll probably have your light switch on there, so it's not too bad. Is that breaking off the glue seal quite easily?
Yeah, well, this side's pretty much done.
Oh, man.
That side's good.
Yeah, sitting on the wall. Yeah, you can't pull it down. Do you want to have lunch first and we'll play around with this after lunch? All right, so the inspector did come straight after lunch, and good news, he didn't pass the frame. I definitely want to say good news because I have had frames similar to this before, and the inspector rocked up. We hadn't finished stuff off, and the inspector somehow passed it. I just had a few minor details we had to change, which is horrible. Obviously, we still go through, we fix everything up, but as soon as that happens, the frame's not on us anymore. Technically, we can get paid and we can move on. So it's good that we've actually got inspectors that come through and have a look at everything. He had a bit of a laugh at how much work there was left to do. So while we're here today anyway, even though we're not going to achieve that task of getting the frame passed, we're just going to run around, do what we can, and then the other guys will have to come back, do a bit more work, and then finally get this over the line. We weren't good enough today, Mitchie. We failed.